now do the cancellation of my area. Anyway, so I hope you guys welcome back, everyone. Today this is a spectacular Andreas Pop Culture Talk. This is the first live stream review of 2025. Of course, I'm here today with Jeff, True Knowledge here, the handsome devil himself, the true knowledge of Florida, and he taught me a very important lesson today. That Florida is very hot. It doesn't get snow, as usual. But hello, Jeff. How you doing, sir?
Oh, sir, just hanging in there like usual.
Yes. I can't believe it. We're almost halfway done with January, so kind of crazy.
Yeah. A lot of interesting stuff coming up in the next couple of months to cover. But not much right now, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, January is always the dead zone. Very, average kind of movies we have or TV, and until like starting around February or March, we get like more of the better content and stuff like that.
I already heard some bad stuff about that Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man show that we're gonna do on Mondays. Like leading up to Daredevil. I already heard some stuff about it that they're already going to drop the episodes out kind of weird. Like they're going to drop them out like they're going to drop all the episodes in over the course of a month or something like that. Like so.
Oh my God.
That helps us. I mean, so we can do all of them. But the reason they're gonna apparently they're dropping them all staggered, like 2 at a time and stuff like that. It's because they just want to get it out there, just because of some of the flack that they're getting already, because of the fact that they it's set in its own universe, you know what I'm saying, and it's they race swapped multiple characters,
Yeah, I mean
multiple characters. I knew that there were one, but there's multiple.
Oh really? I mean, we know Norman is changed. Who else? I'm surprised to hear that.
I don't know. This is according to a YouTuber that I caught a video off YouTube from the other day or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That confirmed that that Disney Plus was going to and Marvel were going to release the episodes all in 1 month. They're not going to stagger them one episode every week like usual. They're going to drop them kind of what if style.
Really? Ugh.
Kind of like that, you know what I mean? But so they're gonna they're gonna drop all 8 episodes or something like that in a month.
Oh, that sucked to hear because I was looking forward to it. I mean, there's other things I'm excited for, but that show I was like, okay, I mean, I'm fine with being a standalone universe, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I think it when you're working with a cinematic universe, I don't really think it makes a lot of sense to waste your time and your effort, your money making stuff that's outside of the universe. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the only thing I would say.
Yeah, but I understand.
You know what I mean? I get it. It's a standalone Spider-Man thing. You know what I mean? I get that. It's Spider-Man, he's the most popular, Marvel character there is, you know what I mean? And all that shit. I get all that. I'm just saying that it's kind of contradicts, the whole point of having the continuity, whatever the word is, the continuity or whatever, of the MCU that people used to rely on and we used to care about so much,
Yeah.
I like to see the series cross over into the movies. You know what I mean? It's good when they do that. That's what they should do.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. I agree. In terms of being consistent with the brand, but we got X-Men '97 last year, and that was outside of the continuity. I know.
But that was different. That was a different set of circumstances, though, because that was a continuation of the X-Men. 90s X-Men show. You know what I'm saying? All they did is just continue that story.
That's true. Yeah, that is actually true.
That was its own kind of thing. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you know, like, and plus, they can do like they can do a live action X-Men. Like they're gonna do live action mutants and stuff like that. You know, like besides the X-Men stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that's true. Um.
Hey, X-Men '97 is the best fucking Marvel animated shit I've ever seen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I agree. I mean, there's other shows that I grew up. They're also great too. But for this decade, for you, yeah, X-Men '97,
I'm,
great
I'm
show.
just talking. I'm just talking about the animated stuff that Disney Plus has put out from Marvel. That's all I'm comparing it to.
Oh,
You know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. No, I completely agree. And I, I
I told you before. I like Avengers Assemble and all some of those Marvel cartoon shows. You know what I'm saying? They're good. You know, they're pretty solid.
yeah. Earth's Mightiest Heroes, great show. Spectacular Spider-Man,
I
great
watched
show.
Earth by Heroes a little bit.
Yeah,
I mostly watched the Avengers stuff that they came out with when Marvel was popular, when the MCU was super popular, and
yeah.
they came out with those cartoon shows to accompany,
The
the
continuity, yeah, the
yeah,
MCU.
I watched those, and they're pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that was around the time I kind of like kind of stopped watching the Saturday morning cartoons because I was growing up. So that I was very disappointed and sad that because everyone knows that was they canceled Earthrise Hero to do Avengers Assemble to tie in the MCU and all that stuff like that.
Oh,
Um,
I didn't know that. No,
yeah, yeah,
I just know that I like at least the first couple of seasons of Avengers Assemble I liked.
okay,
And then they brought in Captain Marvel, and like they tried to bring Miss Marvel in and all that, you know what I mean? And like kind of
yeah,
they changed up the team, you know what I mean? The Avengers team all of a sudden, you know.
yeah. It was like, yeah, it was weird. Of course, Miss
The,
Marvel.
the team got weird all of a sudden. It was like now all of a sudden it was like Black Panther was leading the team with like Captain Marvel and all that. You know what I mean? And like
Yeah,
like the original Avengers went like rebelled or whatever. They went
okay.
like they went didn't they go like on the DL or whatever? They were like in trouble
Yeah,
for a while.
yeah. I think I don't know if they did a
Or
Civil
they
War.
they stopped being the Avengers. Remember they quit. They just decided they didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, and I guess Black Panther took over and like got like the new like got
Yeah.
other heroes to join the team. Yeah, I haven't seen the show. I heard about that. I don't know what season they did that,
Oh, you
but
never saw it before?
no. I saw briefly. I just know like they did Thanos. They did like Ultron. It was like around Phase 2.
They did
They did it.
yeah. That's one thing I give them credit for. They did a really good job displaying all of the really good like Marvel villains, in the
Yeah,
show.
yeah, and Red Scroll was in it too, which I was happy. I mean,
They
Red Scroll's
got
good.
they got everybody in there. They had the Guardians in there. They had all the other characters. They introduced Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel and all that. You know what I mean? Right off the bat.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Miss Marvel makes sense because they were trying to push the Inhumans. I don't know this, but during Phase 2 and briefly Phase 3, but then they changed it after the studio
is, is
restructure.
is that the show that was called The Runaways?
Uh no,
Is that really bad one that was on CBS or something like that, or ABC or whatever? What show
yeah,
was that? That was the
Inhumans.
Inhuman show. That was the Inhuman
Yeah,
show. What was it called?
the Inhumans. That's
It
what
was
it's called.
that's what it was called, the Inhumans.
Yeah, that's their name, the Inhumans, and that's what Miss Marvel was. Before they
Oh,
changed it.
what was that one show that I'm thinking of that super powered show that was called like the Runaways or something like that, or the
Yeah, so Hulu had the one race. Those were the kids that their parents were evil. Then Freeform had,
oh, okay.
yeah, Freeform had Cloak and Dagger. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I know that I know Freeform had Cloak and Dagger. I wonder if Cloak and Dagger's on Disney Plus now.
I think so. It's in the Marvel list if you check.
That seems like it would be worth watching. I always really liked Cloak and Dagger, and it's funny that you mentioned Cloak and Dagger because I actually was the other night when we were doing the movie review the other night. I looked up the Cloak and Dagger TV show and I was reading the Wikipedia during the show.
Yeah. By the way, I just checked. It's on Disney Plus and Hulu as well. So if we have those accounts, we could check it. It's 2 seasons and it's 10 episodes, so it's like easy.
I think if something's on Disney Plus, basically it's on Hulu at the same time automatically, because you know what I'm saying. Because Hulu is on Disney Plus, like you could do Hulu on Disney Plus.
Yeah, if you bundle it, yeah, you can do that.
No, even if you just go on Disney Plus, there's Hulu.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a Hulu section. You know how you go on Disney Plus and it has everything categorized on the top: Star Wars, Marvel, you know, whatever. You know what I mean? They have it all broken up.
Yeah.
In different categories. Well, they have a category.
Yeah, they do. In Disney Plus. You see Cloak and Dagger. If you type it, it's there under all the like the all the Marvel brand they have now. You know.
Oh yeah.
You know, and they do have Spider-Man too. You know, they made a deal with Sony to have like at least the bunch of the Spider-Man films.
Oh, I know they have all the Spider-Man stuff. They have pretty much all the Spider-Man stuff.
Yeah, except for the other ones like Craven, Madam, and Morbius. Yet, and the 2 sequels for the Venom movies. But yeah.
You talking about the Sonyverse stuff?
Yeah, because they have the first Venom movie in Disney Plus. That was the deal. So that was weird.
Yeah, I don't think Disney Plus needs Madam Web and Morbius. Who cares?
No, I don't think we need it. Like, no, not those 2 or the Venom sequels either. Yeah. But yeah. So let's get into our movie review here, sir. We'll get back to the more Marvel news when we I guess talk to the Superman trailer, or whatever. So our first movie review is In the Mouth of Man. Sorry, the 1994 American horror film directed by and scored by the wonderful master of horror himself, John Carpenter. It's written by Michael De Luca, a very well-known film producer and screenwriter, who's been nominated for 3 Academy Awards for Best Picture under the Moonlight Cinema DreamWorks studio. And basically, this film is basically the homage of H.P. Lovecraft. The body horror, the Lovecraft kind of horror stuff. It's based on the At the Mountains of Madness. This is starring Sam Neill. It has Charlton Heston. It has David Warner, John Glover. A great cast here. And just first question, Jeff, is this your first time seeing the film, or have you seen this film in bits? So what's your experience with this film?
I watched it one time before. I don't know. It wasn't back in the day when it came out. I watched it. I don't know why. I can't remember exactly for what reason why I watched it, but for some reason a couple of years back I watched it. Before I got my brain injury, so probably like 15 years ago, like 10, 15 years ago, I think I watched it at one point. I just can't remember why. But either way, I watched it and forgot about it pretty much. Then I watched it again tonight, and it's an all right movie. I mean, it's really not all that great. I'm not going to lie to you about it. There's no reason to bullshit. I don't see myself ever jumping on the TV again anytime soon and watching it again. You know what I'm saying? I'll put it that way. It's not like it's something that I would put in my rotation of films or anything like that. For what it is, I guess, for what it's supposed to be, I believe, assuming that I'm correct about what I believe it is, the movie, what they wanted to get out of it, right? Because it wasn't like a big blockbuster or anything like that,
No.
It wasn't so I think for what it was, that it's does have a story that you could follow, and that it has some decent horror going on with it, some decent horror stuff. I like Sam Neill, he's always good whenever he's in something that they actually let him have a decent role in it, like when he actually gets to talk a lot and he has a lot of scenes and stuff like that. I especially like him when he's the number one character in something, you know what I mean? He's just really good on screen, he carries the movie pretty much, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's, like I said, I've seen it twice altogether, and I watched it again for the second time today, and I wasn't like, I mean, it all came back to me once I watched it. I remember watching it before. You know what I mean? So like, it was all there. Nothing surprised me or anything like that. I wasn't shocked or anything, or oh, I forgot it was like this. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't that. I very much remembered the story and everything, and like understood what was happening, immediately and all that. But yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Okay. Yeah, no, I understand where you're coming from. I mean, it's my. I'm trying to figure out what's my ranking for this film. I mean, it's top 5 for me in terms of John Carpenter films, but it's not like my personal favorite. I mean, it's a very like weird movie. Like, you have to be in the right mood, like a lot of horror films, right? It's not like The Thing or Halloween, where you can like get pumped with the gore and all that. Like, this is a very like weird movie about like body horror, like your Lovecraft stuff, and it's a very meta film, like similar to Scream. If you're not into like the meta commentary about like stuff like movies, or in this case, this movie is about like the crazy book sellers kind of craze, like for Stephen King and stuff like that. Like, you have to be into that. And yeah, so I understand where you're coming from, Jeff. But it's a good polished film. I mean, I think it's a very good gory film. I like the special effects of these creatures we do see here. They're good tense sequence in the film when it's done right. But yeah, that endings where like you have to accept it or not, or like the ending's like so meta, and it's like, what the hell is going on here? It's like stuff. You have to take it or leave it. But yes, that's where I'm at. Where I'm at right now. Great score, by the way. Great soundtrack. John Carpenter, great music. I mean, he's a musician, and I love his score here. So let's get into like, the film. In New York City. Well, first up, we have the opening where Sam Neill's character named John Trent is in a psych hospital. He's been taken in. We don't know why. And so we first see a doctor, of course, John Glover's here, a great actor. If you don't know him, he plays Lon Luthor in Smallville. Of course, he voiced a couple of animation characters, particularly the Riddler and the DC animation universe here. And speaking of DC animation universe, after that, of course, Sam Neill's character John is admitted. He gets a visit by this. I guess another investigator or Dr. Wayne, played by David Warner, a great actor who sadly passed away. David Warner was an English actor. He was in films like the classic horror film, the 1976 film The Omen, directed by Richard Donner. He, if anyone knows him, he's famously in Time After Time, Time Bandits. He was in Titanic, the main villain for Billy Zane. He was in Scream 2 briefly. He's in a couple of Star Trek films. Of course, he voiced Ra's al Ghul in the DC animation universe in the Batman anime series. Same with John Glover. So, so he meets up, with John. He asks what happened to him, and so we cut back to New York City, where John was doing some like claim fraud for his company. He works as a freelance insurance investigator, and while he's talking to his colleagues, he nearly survives the attack by an axe-wielding man with deformed pupils, very creepy. And John investigates a claim by a book publisher, regarding a disappearance of the acclaimed horror author Shutter Kane, whose latest novel, In the Mouth of Madness, right away, meta comedy of the film, is due for release, but the director, played by Charlton Heston, signs Stutter's editor Linda Stiles to insist John, who believes their claim is elaborate publicity stunt. So, and throughout this film, we see like John piecing together. Like he starts reading some of the Kane books, and then he discovers like through the books you see like maps in the covers, and so he forms a map, and then he somewhat discovers where maybe Shutter is at, and John realized that the Shutter book covers form a map to a fictional town called Hobbs End. So, New Hampshire, the setting of a lot of his like stories. So, John and Linda set out to find the location. So let me stop there. What do you thought about this beginning part of this film? Do you like it? I thought it was good. I think it gets us into the characters and the setting of the film.
Yeah, the opening is very seamless. It's a very simplistic, like 80s 90s kind of film. Really gets right to the point. You know what I mean? They immediately take you into the story right off the bat and set up Sam Neill as the main character, right? They add an interesting twist right off the bat by having him institutionalized, right? To start off, you know what I'm saying? And then they make him flash back off of that, right? To his insurance adjuster job, all that. That's all really well done and all that, that all works well. He comes off like very professional doing his insurance job and all that, and like sells that really well, and like his relationship with his boss and all that as like a secondary character sets that up well, and then you figure out really pretty quickly what kind of guy he is, like what he's about, as the main character, and then of course he gets assigned to that other case, the other job, and then you get the guy with the axe, which is kind of fucking out of nowhere that they throw that in there, like I don't know what they were trying to do with that. You know what I'm saying? Like that was kind of stupid,
Yeah.
Like that's the guy's agent with an axe and he just tried to kill you or whatever. Like I don't know, like I guess whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's just showing how like the world is like slowly getting crazy, because like apparently the books have this like was like obsessed.
I get it. The books have a power or whatever on people.
Yeah,
or whatever,
yeah.
And like that's an extension of like that power or whatever. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. It just came out of nowhere though. You know what I'm saying? Like so, you're just like okay.
Yeah. I get where you're coming from, because it's funny because he comes out from the bookstore and he has to act, which is weird. You think the security guard in there can stop him, there before he gets shot from the.
And then he gets shot and everything too. Like that's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a lot to like add to the beginning of the movie. You know what I mean? Like holy fuck. You know what I'm saying?
I know. But hey, it was a good hook. I was like, wow, that was crazy. I mean, I thought that scene was really great. It was very intense, very creepy. The peoples were weird. Like I thought that was cool.
Sam Neill's character took that too well. He just handled that really too well, though. You know what I mean? Like if that happened to anybody else, they'd be like freaking out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that guy, the black guy, he was like the one that was like scared. Yeah. I no, that's true. I mean, I guess John, Sam Neill's character, like I mean, he's a very calm, collected person, as we see.
When somebody comes at you with an axe, like that's gonna scare the shit out of you. It's a fucking axe. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what somebody could do to you with an axe?
I know, chop my lip, like make my limbs out. I mean, yeah, but I mean, I think he knows he's like bulletproof. Like he has character bulletproof. I don't know. I guess so. I don't know. So yeah, I agreed. It's very weird that John was not at all freaked out about his like supposed attack, but also we get these two, these two characters like driving, and they don't like first off, if you drive me a long drive, we were talking about the Florida, right? Like, they're going to this like fictional town. You should stop at like a stop, what do you call it? Stop restaurant, or I don't know, like a gas station or something like that, to like at least sleep a little bit. Like the fact that they were driving like through the night is kind of ridiculous. I know they took turns, John and Linda, these two characters were following here, but
Is that when they saw that weird character or whatever on the bike?
yeah, that was a weird one. Like first you see the kid, and then all of a sudden the woman Linda then sees the kid being old. It's very weird. And then
Becomes the old woman. Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah, that's true, old woman. And also you see like playing cards in the bike. You see Joker cards, which was really weird. I think it was creepy, but very weird. So you see like already like apparently
It was creepy.
yeah. And of course, Linda thought, where was it? Like he hit the kid, right? But then all of a sudden the kid is all right, and then like disappears into the road. And
I don't know where they found that actress that played Linda. You said that the cast was really good or whatever. I don't know. She wasn't very good. They could have done a better job with that character.
Yeah. Yeah. The actress name is Carmen.
She was okay, I guess.
Yeah, she was okay. You know what's crazy? She was in the Tales of the Walking Dead, the other show from the Walking Dead that was like Black Mirror or Twilight Zone.
I never even watched any of that.
Yeah, I didn't see either. She was there. She's actually in Fright Night Part 2, the sequel to Fright Night that we reviewed last Friday, or this Friday.
She's in Fright Night too.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Her like.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah. So she yeah. So she has plenty of I kind of agree with you. She's kind of okay. She's definitely the weakest part of the film. So yeah, so what was it? John like takes over the car, driving, and then after well, first off, after the young cyclist becomes like an elderly person or woman, and then the road disappearing, they like abruptly arrives Hobbs End. That's the town they're find. So they're already there, and then the pair encounters landmarks from the novels. So this was something that confused me at first when I first saw this the first time, and then in repeat viewing, particularly this time, I caught that some of the landmarks are from the novels, as they were saying. So you see that, and then while John is here, they check in a local hotel run by Miss Pinker, one of the characters in the novels. The old lady from the hotel, very creepy, very weird. Like you saw the one scene with her husband being like chained to her feet, and it was naked.
Oh yeah,
very like really bizarre. And later on we see even the weirdest thing with her. And so John expects the experience is staged here, which Linda admits. So like we find out that it was a stunt that the company did, but they didn't know that John was gonna, or Kane was gonna disappear, and all, like up to the hotel and the like the mob of people attacking the church, and when we see briefly Kane. And then, like, all of a sudden, he like summons those dogs to attack those like local people, because he apparently had like a kid capture, and so that part Linda didn't know, and say that the disappearance of Shutter was like a hoax or whatnot. So the current events are not. So whatever. So the pair visits the church, and then which Shutter's books describe as built on the site of an ancient evil, predating humanity with unimaginable pain and suffering. And then Linda simply predicts the arrival of the, like I say before, the enraged townspeople demanding the return of their missing children. And so at the hotel, Linda claims that events are unfolding as described in Shudder's new novel, of course, In the Mouth of Madness. So which depicts the end of everything. And Linda returns to the church and confronts Shutter, who exposes her to his unfinished manuscript. If anyone knows, it's kind of like a draft before the finished, product, and published, which drives her insane, and which you see like blood coming out of her eyes. And then Shutter confesses that he believes that his stories are fictional, but later realized they have been guiding him. So the disoriented Linda returns to the hotel where she and the old lady who's running the hotel transform into monsters, and forcing John to flee outside. So and where he's confronted by a mob of mutated townsfolk and seeks refuge in a bar where one of the residents commits suicide. That's the one that wanted to rescue the missing children from the church. By the way, this guy who commits suicide, what is the name? Not Pierre Jason. Just give me a minute. This guy who commits suicide, he's actually the guy who plays Vigo, the villain from Ghostbusters 2. If you haven't seen.
Oh no way! That was Vigo.
Yes, that guy who commits suicide, that's Vigo from Ghostbusters 2. When I saw the film the first time, I was like, "Is that Vigo?" And it was. And yeah, so he's there and he commits suicide. So let me stop there. So what do you thought about this section? Like seeing our two, I guess our two protagonists arriving the town, like all of a sudden, the mystery kind of unfolding. With seeing Shutter like is running the town with this like unlimited power. You see the church, you see the people trying to find missing children, and then all of a sudden like the monsters come in, turning everyone, including Linda, into monsters, and then up to the committing suicide. What do you thought about that section of the movie? I think that's where I think the movie was good. I think that part I liked.
Yeah, it got kind of crazy, a lot was going on, you know what I'm saying? The Linda chick and all that, going to the hotel, checking into the hotel with the creepy old lady with the fucking husband, cuffed her leg and shit or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like that was fucking crazy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Going to the church and like they had the kid in the church or whatever. I don't know what was going on with that, you know what I mean? Like the people were trying to get the kid from the church or whatever, like and that was all crazy. So I didn't know what to think about that. And then what's his name is still trying to like pretend that this shit is all rational or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
John. Yeah, John.
But obviously it's not, you know what I mean? Like shit's fucked up, you know what I'm saying? Basically at that point, are we already at the point where the chick is already starting to get fucked up now by the author?
Yeah. She starts to get like was it controlled by the author, and turns into the monster. Yeah. That was weird.
Yeah. When that all goes down, that's crazy. You know, that her character actually got better during that part, I thought.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I enjoyed her better in that. I can't remember how exactly how far we're going, but
yeah, up to Vigo committing suicide. That's where we're kind of stopping.
Oh, okay. But by the time that Vigo commits suicide, he's already been to the bar the one time, and Vigo already told him to leave and all that. So like, at that point, like the Sam Neill character, John or whatever, or Tom, he knows he's fucked at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like he knows that there's some bad shit going down. It's kind of weird how like like a lot of times you'll see the chick see certain things and he won't see it, and then he'll see certain things, she won't see it, that whole dynamic. Like meeting the author is like not really intimidating or anything, like he's not all that scary or whatever. Yeah. He just kind of is he's the guy, he's some guy, or whatever, you know what I mean? And that's pretty much it.
Yeah. I don't know. I like the actor that plays Kane. I think he was not intimidating, but very mysterious. I gotta say, very very mysterious character. He has a good voice, so that's what I gotta say. Yeah, so after Beagle kind of commits suicide. Just look at where I'm at right now. Yeah. So after that, like John is trying to kind of escape from the town, because after that he's kind of starts, um, stay when the Beagle say he has to commit suicide because Kane had like written to do so. So then after that, John is attempting to escape the town. He's a part of, like he's but like he constantly do like a time loop, like from Groundhog Day, where he like just all of a sudden comes back to the town center, like constantly. And after crashing his car in frustration, he's waking inside the church where he meets up Linda and Shutter. And then here, Shutter explains that the sheer number of people who believe in his book, this is where he reveals that the book is like creating the reality of fantasy and all that to like be maximum overdrive. Uh, made his narratives real, dissolving the boundaries between reality and fantasy, and namely the return of the old ones, which means like I guess the gods, the myths, the creatures from the Lovecraft stuff. And he claims to have written into existence both Hans and John, who is written into to deliver the completed manuscript to the company that Kane was working with. But John rejects the idea that he's a fictional creation, but Shutter instructs him to follow the turtle back to reality. And Shutter then tears himself apart like a book or a piece of paper, and creating a portal through which the old ones begin to emerge. The old ones, the creatures we see in this tunnel where like John runs. And then after that, you see Lyndon again, who refuses to escape with John. And by the way, Linda is also creepy. Like she walks like she kind of breaks her like bones, and like she walks in like I don't know. You see the film The Exorcist, where the kid gets obsessed with the demon and does
where she flips her neck around and all that
yeah
shit.
yeah like that was like really creepy here, and like you see that with this the Linda character doing the same, but not in demon possession. So we see that, and then of course John is like freaked out about it, and so like after you know explaining that she has already read the ending, John flees and is pursued by the monstrous entities, and suddenly finds himself awaking up on the country road because of Shutter kind of allowing him to do that. So uh, after that, John destroys the manuscript and returns to the company, where Jackson denies any knowledge to Linda. So apparently, Linda is um is not existent to the universe. And to his horror, Jackson reveals that John did deliver the manuscript months early in spring, and then the In the Mouth of Madness has since been published, and with a film adaptation in production sometime later. A this I say like this have it John encounters a Shutter fan with mutual eyes and kills him with an axe, leading to John's confinement into mental uh, asylum in the beginning of the film. So that explains why he was committed. So he committed a crime, and you see in how the book is kind of like really like causing chaos outside the world and causing everyone to go like crazy, basically. And then after that, let me stop. So there, this is where the movie kind of goes crazy. So we thought about John escaping the town. He has to like deliver the manuscript to like he's had to follow what the king character is like written in the manuscript, and then up to the point where he killed that guy with the mutated eyes and leading into his mental asylum.
Yeah, because he's getting all crazy by then and all that,
Yeah,
it's cool. It's cool how he does that. They do the Groundhog Day effect with the car where he goes back 3 times in a row. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Back to the same place. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of the guy's wearing him down. You know what I mean? And then he's forced to deliver the book almost. You know what I mean? Like he's forced
yeah,
almost. to like deliver the book, and like even when he gets rid of it, it shows up in his apartment. You know,
Yeah.
it's there. You know what I mean? Like it's there. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, he tries to go and like talk to people and shit and everything, and nobody knows what he's talking about because like, you know, things have been written out and everything. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden they think he's crazy, so they pick him up and put him in the nut house.
Yeah,
You
which is
know,
crazy.
and he explains to the guy that's like questioning him that shit's gonna get worse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know?
and it's safe in, what was it? He say it's safe in the asylum than out there.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's crazy. By the way, I agree with you. You know, with Sam Neill. Sam Neill, great actor. Love him in the Jurassic Park films. Yeah, he definitely holds the film together here. And like without him, I don't think this movie could have been any good. I think the reason I like this film is because of Sam Neill. Like he really holds the film, as you say, for Jeff. But yeah, so let's like get into wrapping up this film's finale. This is where it gets really crazy. So like, you know, as we said before, John is in the mental asylum, and then, you know, after he gets kind of like, after recounting his story to the doctor, right? You know, John concludes that humanity will soon be reduced to the myth, or, you know, to extinction, you know, completely, like the dinosaurs and all that. And all of a sudden, you know, screaming echoes and like people getting killed outside of his, like, you know, cell is going on. Like everything is getting crazy. And then before his cell door is torn open, John discovers the facility is abandoned and overhears radio broadcasting reporting a epidemic of extreme violence. And this one cracked me up, like mutation spreading worldwide with the entire city's lost. And then like while he's like wandering, you know, we see like a couple of cool things. You know, when he get out from his like cell, like we see like a brief, like I don't know, you seen this one shot like this. John did this with the thing where like one guy was doing something, and then all of a sudden someone like in the background, like just completely like black shadow, like just like past our character, and like was like, what the hell is that? You know, so we had that here with John. Then he escapes. You hear the radio. You know, like everything has gone to hell, and then already people are like being mutated, just like in the small town. And then this is where it gets very better. He ends up to the cinema where he see the film adaptation of In the Mouth of Madness, and then here he like, this is cool. This is funny. He brings a popcorn, like just like a movie goer, just like us, sits down, sees the movie. You know, he sees all his band's actions unfold on the screen, including his information. This is reality, and John breaks into like hysterical laughter and tears, consumed by the surreal realization of his doom and the whole planet. And then just cut to credits. Oh, and I just want to bring this up. This is funny. Apparently, as was it like one of the Paperboy that we see here, Hayden Christensen, the one that plays Anakin Skywalker in the prequel films, he debuts in the film here as one of the Paperboys in the film. So just want to bring up that Darth Vader was in this film, so that's why we do. So we can talk about the finale, sir. Do you like the ending? I mean, I don't mind that.
It's okay, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the guy goes and sits and watches the movie, and it's just like all of like stuff we've already saw with him in it already in the movie. You know what I'm saying? You know, and like, you know, everything's all fucking crazy and everything now. You know what I'm saying? Like because of the books and all that, it's taken over and all that shit. You know, yeah, it's all right, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's watchable. You know, it's pretty obvious. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's a pretty obvious film. You know what I mean? Like, it's not they're not holding anything back. It's right there, right in front of you. You know,
Sure.
but it's all right. Yeah, the ending's okay. You know, it kind of goes into an interesting place. You know.
Yeah, I can agree with you. You know, interesting direction on the film.
Watching Sam Neill kind of break down and go crazy at the end was good.
Yeah, I his laugh is so good. Like I was when he started to do that the first time I saw it, I was like, wow, like that was an awesome laugh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It definitely pulled me in for the ending because just the way he sees the film and it's like he just is losing his mind completely. I just like the way he did it that way. It's like a very slow process of losing your mind and your sanity throughout the film. So yeah, yeah, that's the film In the Mouth of Madness. I hope you guys really enjoy it. Before we do that, we have trailer reactions we can do here. Jeff, what's your rating for the film? Give it to me before we do the trailer reactions.
I don't know. I guess I'll give it a 6.5.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I'll go a little higher. I think just the pure tone and like atmosphere of the film, I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. Not a great film, but it's a good enjoyable film to watch in just like a Halloween season. But yeah, so that's my thought. It's a good. I think this is the last good John Carpenter film after this, because after that he just makes bad movie after bad movie. Like not all good movies after this movie, I have to say. Like he does one movie about with Chevy Chase. That was like The Invisible Man, and that was awful. But that was like in between this and other movies. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. So let's get into trailer reactions, sir. I know this is late, but we got two major trailers came out last December. We have the 28 Years Later trailer. I'm a huge fan of Danny Buller. I love the 20 Days Later. Jeff, do you remember when I was starting the live stream review? This was supposed to be the first thing to do the live stream movie review before, I think, Chucky, right? Or it was before, I think, Anna's Family was the first movie thing 2 years ago.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it was funny. And I just discovered, if anyone knows what happened, it's because this movie, or the first film, 28 Days Later, you could not find in the streaming service because there's been some rights issue and some prints have been kind of out. So like it hasn't been in Blu-ray or it hasn't been yet updated into like DVD or all that like a couple of films have done over the years. So that's what happened. And hopefully Sony, because Sony bid the rights to these new like 28 films, the first one and the second part that's coming out next year in January. Shockingly, directed by the Marvels director, Nika Kakasta, who did, the Marvels and also did the Candyman, Rico. So let's see the trailer and we'll get our thoughts here. And then after that, we'll do Man as well. We're gonna too.
Auntie, what's going on? Jimmy, sit still, keep quiet, and do not move from this spot.
Seven, 6, 11, 5, 9 and 20 miles today, 4, 11, 17, 32 the day before. Boot, 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 moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the war. Don't look at what's in front of you. Boot, 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 moving up and down again. Men go mad with watching them. There's no discharge in the war. If your eyes drop, they will get the top of you. Boot, 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 moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the war. Try to think of something different. Oh, my God, me from going lunatic. Boom, moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the
Okay. Wow. Love that trailer. The music was really great. Apparently, the boots theme is actually a real theme for British soldiers to train in combat, which was right in the here in the in my notes here. Yeah, Jeff. What's your thoughts on that trailer? I mean, are you a fan of the 28 Days franchise? I mean, what
No,
this year?
not really. No, I never really followed the franchise or anything like that. So no, I mean, I did like there's a lot going on there. I didn't really understand a lot of what was happening. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
besides that, it looked entertaining.
Yeah. If you're a big fan of horror, this is going to be the most anticipated horror film of 2025. I mean, there's other franchises that are coming back next year because of the rights strike happened 2 years ago. But yeah, I'm really excited for this one. This is my number one excited film of 2025. Everyone wants to know about what's 28 Days Later. It's basically a contagious virus kind of affected the British UK and affected these humans to be like these crazy rapid killers. They're not zombies. Just letting you guys know.
I don't think I ever watched the second film. I only saw the first one.
Yeah. The second one is it's pretty good. It's not that bad, but it's not like a strong horror sequel like Aliens or Scream, something like that.
Yeah. No, the trailer was okay. It looked okay. You know what I'm saying? It looked engaging.
Yeah. But it's very engaging. I like the trailer. I'm very excited for it. Just wanted to show it to you. Spark your interest in.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Most definitely. Yeah. It was enjoyable.
Yeah. So that's our thoughts on 20 Days Later. Now let's move on to something I think Jeff is very excited about. So Superman, it was crazy during December. We knew this trailer was coming out, right? And James Gunn was just waiting. He thought it was going to be in Comic-Con. It was going to be in some Brazil con, whatever. That was in December. So we got the official teaser trailer. This is going to be your first time seeing this, right, Jeff?
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I think you will like it. If you like the Guardians films as we do, as you, I, and Cyber, I think you will like the trailer. So let's do it, and then I'll get your thoughts, and then hopefully we can do a trailer reaction over, the Image Jubilee ad, as well.
Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah, so let's do it now.
Home. Take me home.
Superman.
the Superman official teaser trailer. Yeah, Jeff, what you thought about it? I can answer some of your questions if you were kind of confused with some shots. Go ahead.
No, it was good. You got to turn off the echo cancellation.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
But
Okay, we're good.
no, I would have liked to have seen the Green Lantern and Hawk Girl like longer in the trailer. You know what I'm saying? Like, the little bit of like scene time they gave them in there was so short that like I couldn't even really like get a good feel for them at all. You know what I mean? You know, like, so I didn't like that very much. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's a short trailer. You know, like very short trailer. But I like how Dodger's flipping out because he wants to be open the door for him so he can go out. I like how they show Superman beat up right off the bat. Like it shows him vulnerable. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so somebody in the movie's like badass enough to like beat Superman's ass. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good sign. You know what I mean, for a Superman film. You know, that like there's a good villain, you know, or villains or whatever, you know, for him to fight. That he got his ass beat like that, you know. It's a good trailer. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. I thought it was really great. It beat, it became the biggest superhero trailer after the Avengers Endgame, Infinity War. Let me check the Superman trailer reviews. Because it hit a record here, I think. Yeah, like the teaser trailer hit like around over 250 million views in the first 24 hours, which was crazy. So it didn't top like Marvel's Deadpool and Wolverine last year, but it was very high, and I thought the trailer was, it exceeded for everyone to be excited for. I agree.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm glad I finally saw it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad I got it out of the way. You know, now I can react to it again, and I've watched it already one time. You know what I mean? So I kind of have an idea like what happens. You know what I'm saying? You know, I feel like I do better when I do reaction videos if I actually watch the trailer one time first, then I do my reaction video after. You know what I mean? Like on the second watch. You know.
No, same here. This is my third watch of this film, of this trailer. I thought it was really good. I mean, fourth if you see in theaters. I saw it the other version. Because there was.
I love Lex. What's his name? Looks great as Lex Luthor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Nicholas Hoult. Yeah,
Nicholas Hoult. He looks really good. He was really good in what do you call it? Oh God,
X-Men or Beast? Oh well, no.
No, the new horror movie that's out in theaters right now.
Nosferatu. I seen that.
Nosferatu. He was good in Nosferatu. Oh, you saw it?
Yeah, it was really great. I love it. It was very good. I saw it Tuesday.
Yeah, he was good in that. I was surprised. I like that cast.
Yeah, I mean, Craven's in it. Ann Taylor-Johnson, who's you saw in 20 Years Later, he's going to be in that movie.
Yeah, he was really good in that movie too. I really like. He pulled off a really good accent.
Yeah, I agree. I think he looks great as Lex Luthor. I like that he's bald, which is good. Not full on hair as usual with Lex in some films or TV.
I like the way he looks as Lex. That'll be interesting how that plays out. And I always like it when they introduce other DC characters like in stuff. You know what I mean? Like that's always good. You know, so I like the fact that there's going to be Hawk Girl and Mr. Magnificent or whatever the fuck the one guy's name is or whatever.
Mr. Terrific. Yeah.
Mr. Terrific. All that shit. I don't really know him. You know what I'm saying? But like. All like I like the fact that Gunn's injecting that stuff into the film. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. At least we have some Justice League members already in the universe. And there's the one shot with the weird guy with the skin. That's metaphorical. Metaphoro, that's his name. Another superhero who can change his body into like anything, like solid, like iron or chemicals or like that, fire. That's the character you saw briefly with that weird skin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's played by the actor that's in Barry, who was like that Chechen gangster.
Also, I guess they really want to set up the universe. We'll have to see
Yeah.
what they do in Supergirl if they try to do the same thing in Supergirl.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of Supergirl, we can just to wrap up everything for this live stream. We got news of the Supergirl casting. The movie, I think this week it's going to be shooting right now. We got the casting of the parents. So we got the parents for Kara being cast. So that's news. So which is good. So that's
I heard Lobo's going to be in it.
Yes. Actually, that was a big news. That it was kind of obvious if if you were sleeping in the rock that Jason Momoa is coming back to DC, but as Lobo. So that's really cool, and that's the role he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I mean, I like him as Aquaman, but like he felt more like Lobo.
It was a good move just to keep him in the DC shit. You know what I'm saying, and just put him in a different role. Why not?
Yeah, and it's nothing new. I mean, like Nicholas Hoult was beast. As I was bringing up the roles, he was great, and and this other actor's been Marvel, DC.
He'll probably be better than RDJ will be as Doom.
Oh, we need to see, but I have to agree with you with that. Yeah, I don't know. RDJ is Doctor Doom.
I don't know. We'll see. They're going to give him $100 million or whatever to do it. So.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. That's too expensive. Come on. Anyway, let me plug you out, sir. I want to say thank you for everyone for joining us tonight on this live stream view. I want to thank you, Jeff, for joining me here.
You don't got to plug me out, sir. I'll just we've got a show on Monday doing the rest of What If episode 7 and 8. That's what we got.
Yeah.
And then on Friday we have the movie We Were Soldiers on Friday. That's all we got going on.
Yeah. I just want to plug you. I think you're we doing great content. Please check us out. I just want to let you know something. I actually started to watch the Snyder Cut after we did the Justice League, so I'll just let you know.
Oh yeah, you started watching the Snyder Cut?
Yeah, so far good. I like it. I had to stop because it was it's 4 hours. I stopped the part where we meet Barry, so I need to get back to it this week. So
okay. Well, good for you, sir. I'm glad you're finally going to watch the Snyder Cut.
Yes. So anyway, as Jeff said before, our content for this week is going to be What If, wrapping up that whole series. So he's going to moderate tomorrow night or tonight, tomorrow night. And Friday we're going to be We Are Soldiers for the movie review. So that's
right.
Yeah. So I just want to thank everyone for joining me today. Jeff, I hope you had a good time.
Oh yeah, sir. I always do. Why not? I enjoyed it. I always like coming on. You know what I'm saying? And nice to watch some trailers and stuff too. You know what I mean? And make the night fun, make it interesting. You know what I'm saying? So brother. I'm glad you invited me over, and it was enjoyable. It was a good live stream, and I look forward to watching the whatever shitty What If episodes there are tomorrow so we can talk about them tomorrow.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm happy we ended that show. Ugh. That was, pretty bad this season.
I know. I'm tired of reviewing bad TV shows. I don't like doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
It's not a lot of fun. You know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you, I'm still fucked up from doing The Acolyte.
I know. It's crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, The Acolyte dragged me down so much that, I just
Yeah, I know. It dragged all of us. No worries. But we bounced back. Thank goodness we had The Penguin. That was a good show. I know you didn't care for the end of Africa.
I didn't like Agatha. I thought Agatha overall was not very good. And a lot of people out there didn't think it was good either. So it's not just me.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't mind it. I like it. It's not my favorite. It's not my like favorite. It's just a good show. I think it was a good show.
Hey, that's your opinion. If you enjoyed it, like I said, I gave it a try. I thought I hung in there for the first couple episodes, and then it just went downhill from there for me.
Yeah, no, I understand. But thankfully, I understand.
I still like Catherine Hahn. I wish her the best. You know what I'm saying? I still think she was great in WandaVision. I would never take that away from her. You know what I mean? I just didn't like some of the stuff they did in Agatha. All the gay stuff, the lesbian stuff and all that and everything and all that.
Yeah.
So some of it was like they were trying to make the show gay, like for gay people almost or something. I don't even know. It was weird. But no, we got to get together and do those trailer reactions, man, because we got to do Daredevil too.
That was the trailer. Yeah.
I gotta grab the trailers so I have them so we can do them, and then I can actually schedule with you and Cyber, and we can get together and do them.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
I'll get with you on it. I'll get with you on it.
Yeah, I'll do the Daredevil thing later next month. So whatever. When we're close to March. So yeah. So thank you everyone for joining us. Me and Jeff will be back tomorrow night. For what? Peace.
Peace.